Okay, this video's for the ladies. Listen, I think I need to say this because I'm seeing women, and women don't really understand or know men at all. You guys don't seem to know what we hold valuable to when it comes to women. And I need to lay this down, and men will agree. What men hold value when it comes to a woman is her womb and her body. We hold that value. So when you guys go and sleep around or sleep with a man behind a man's back, what we hold sacred and what makes you special to us is your womb and your body. When you give that away, you're no longer special to us. A woman can't do what a man can do. And the reason for that is you guys do not control relationship and marriage. Men do. You control sex and babies. But when you get older, then the babies is off the list. You can't really hold that. And then when you get older, your value goes down as you age. In men's eyes, your value decreases. Your 35-year-old self or 45-year-old self can never compete with your 25-year-old self. A woman's best years, her best beautiful years, is between 18 and 28 when you're at your most beautiful. Once you cross 30, you only get older, but you don't get younger. You're in your prime between 18 and 28. A man is in his prime from 30s up. We get our prime later. We have to build it. You guys inherit it. You just get your hips and your booty and your titties from your mama. You don't have to build it. The man controls relationship and marriage. A woman can sleep with 100 men. She can't make nobody take her serious, commit to her, or marry her. It is the man's decisions. We give the rings, and we determine your value, not you. You can say, I'm valued as this. That's great. But if the men don't say that and the men don't feel that way, then your value isn't what you say it is. It's what we say it is. You're the sellers. We're the buyers. You can say, my car is worth, I want $100,000 for my car worth $100,000. But when we check the Kelley Blue Book or the market value for that same car, what the men are buying it for, just an example, or what people are buying it for, that same car that same year with these miles is only worth $20,000. So when you're sitting there saying you want 100 for it, the market is selling the same car for 20 that you want 100 for. Guess what happens? Your shit will sit there and collect dust and no one will buy it because you're appraising it at a value that's ridiculous, and then we can go get the same car better over there for a cheaper price. So you can't get older and put a new car price on an older vehicle, ladies. I hope you understood that. So as you get older, you still look beautiful. You still can look great, but you can't compete with your younger self. Therefore, the younger women are coming in that age group. And that's your competition, because if the men see that you're charging a lot for your vehicle, he can just go get a brand new vehicle with lesser miles, less lived life, less damage, less I already did or I've done before or I already know, versus, oh, I don't know, I've never done that. That's what we're looking for. No one wants somebody that's been with everybody. If you giving your cookies out to everybody, your cookies has lost value in men's eyes. We are the market. We determine the market. Let me rephrase that. We determine the market. Well, in so many words, we are the market because we the ones that determine your value. A woman can rate another woman and say she's a 10, but to the men, she's a 3. Because what you guys look for in men is not what we look for in women. We're two separate species that are wired two separate ways. A woman can overlook what a man looks like to date him for what he has and what he says to her. But we don't work that way. Our erections and arousement and excitement comes from what we see. So when you ladies are online, or you ladies are like, why he want pictures of me? Why he keep asking? Because we're attracted to what we see. And you're attracted to what you hear. There's a difference. You're not giving us any of your money. So we don't care about your money. That shit don't give you a value. That gives us a value in your eyes, but in our eyes, it doesn't give you a value because we can't use it. Your money, you ain't giving it to us. If you buy us a gift here and there, that's here and there. Our bills come every month. So the man is going to pay the lion's share of anything when he's in a relationship. Therefore, he is the one that is going to take the loss if it goes bad. So ladies, let me just say this so you hear me. What men hold value to on a woman is her womb and her body. When you give that away, that's what makes you special to us. When you give that away, you're no longer special and your value is gone in our eyes. Now, with that being said, if women go out there and do all these guys, and you have a whole bunch I already did and I done that, and we don't marry that. That's cool to sleep with if we even want to do that. Some of us don't even want it. So you guys are getting confused. You guys are being confused by men. Sexual attention to relationship and marriage attention. There's two differences. We can sleep with you and don't feel anything for you. We can sleep with you and you can fall off a cliff the next day. It don't mean nothing to us because we wasn't dating you and it wasn't serious for us like that. But for you guys, it's different. You are emotional creatures. Science has already proven that we let off less attachment emotions when we sleep with a woman than what you guys do when you sleep with a man. So all I'm saying to you is this. What you hold value, what you think we value in you is not what we value in you. What we value in you is different for us. A man in a man's eyes, when you give away what is special to us, and what is special to us is your womb and your body. When you give that away, you're no longer special to us. Because you just let another man desecrate and violate something that we hold sacred. Therefore, you let another man in your womb. We don't want it. Let me give it to you another way so you can understand it. Because I know a lot of you still not going to want to hear it, but I got to say it. A woman is the water in the cup. The man is the cup. I'm going to repeat it. The woman is the water in the cup, and the man is the cup. Okay? You can pass the cup around the room and people could take sips out of it. Everybody cool with that. Everybody can still drink out that cup because you touching the outside of the cup. But if I put my finger in it and he puts his finger in it and she puts her finger in it and we pass it to you and say, drink some of it, you'll look at us and say, well, I don't want that shit. It's contaminated. Everybody put their fingers in it. The water polluted. That's the way we look at you when you do shit like that. We don't want that water. We're not drinking it. Anybody could touch the outside of the cup. But once you touch what's inside the cup, you contaminate the cup. You guys let men in you. We don't do that when a man sleeps with a woman. So you got to understand something. We're two different species. We look at things in two different ways. You can't sleep around and expect to have a value in man's eyes, ladies. If you do that, you killed your value. And since we control the end game, which is relationship and marriage, you're not gonna get married. We can date you. We can like you enough to sleep with you, but not like you enough to date you. We can like you enough to date you, but not like you enough to marry you. Time is on our side, so we don't care about marriage and we have to do it. You guys are looking at men like you're looking at yourselves, and we're not the same species. I don't know how many times I've seen a few of my cousins that are women and they say, oh, you haven't got married yet? No, they ain't married. Only 1 out of 3 of them are. So it's like, I'm not you. We control relationship and marriage like y'all control sex and babies. So you guys can go have sex whenever you want, with whoever you want. Y'all, that's your power. And if you choose to keep a kid and the man don't want the kid and you choose to keep the kid, you can keep the kid. He has no control over your body. But if you could choose to get rid of the kid and he want to keep the kid, you can get rid of it. He has no control over your body. That's your power. But we control relationship, access to relationship, commitment, and marriage, and having a relationship. You don't. We can have a relationship whenever we want with whoever we choose, because you guys want your sex to mean something. So since you want your sex to mean something, you don't just want to be sleeping with this one and that one. When you pick the one you want, for him to really want you back. That only works if you're giving him what he wants, then he'll give you the relationship. It's like this. We have to give you what you want for the sex. But once you do that, it's over. Now you have to give us what we want for a relationship. And that's important to you. It's not important to the men. A woman's goal is a relationship and marriage. A man's goal is sex and women. We would love to date and love to have relationships, but there's not a lot of relationship material women out here. There are not a lot of marriage material women out here. So we don't really care about all that. We can just do our thing, going on about our business. It's cheaper for us that way because we ain't got to worry about birthdays and holidays and anniversaries and, dealing with all your problems and baggage and shit you coming with. We ain't got to do none of that. So I needed to make this video to try to get the women to understand, because you guys don't understand the way we're viewing it and how you're being viewed by the men. And this is the truth. This is how you're being viewed by the men. Period. End of story. There's nothing you could do to change what I said. A man holds sacred your body and your womb. When you give that, that's what makes you special to us. That's what gives you a value in our eyes. When you give that away to another man and let him violate and desecrate and beat it all down and blow up in it and all that, you're no longer special in our eyes, and you no longer have the value that you had. Your value has just went down. If you cheated, your value is gone. You don't have one. We're not in the business of accepting you back. Now, there are some exceptions to the rules. The men that are below average might accept you back, but the men that are average and above average will never accept you back. Let me clarify these men. A below average man is a man that has a hard time getting a date with a woman, has a hard time getting a woman, period. Usually that's your really, really old, out of shape, short, really ugly, tore up men. They have a very hard time getting a date. Now, they could change their bodies if they wanted to, but a lot of them don't want to. They like to stay how they are, which is fine. You can do that, but that comes with a price. Your average men are the average man you see every day. The average body, average Joe, 9-to-5 guy with an average build. Your above average men are the men who have the bodies, who look nice. Okay. Below average men can attract to them by the laws of attraction. You will attract to you what you are physically, which is below average women. Average men can attract below average women and average women, and above average men can attract above average women, and below average women. This is just what it is. Same thing for a woman. A woman that's below average is a woman that is out of shape, overweight, ugly, below average physically. Average woman is the average built woman. She ain't real special. She, everybody's special, but you know what I mean. When it comes to these categories, it's just like a modeling agency. Some have it and a lot of them don't, and they get told, no, this is the same shit, okay? Reality is the same thing. So average woman is the average woman. She's not banging. She's just an average looking woman. Her parts are average. She's just average looking. Physically, period. Above average woman, beautiful, got the body, or she got the body. She's got the question mark back there, the porch and the patio back there. Okay, she's got that rack for the porch, front yard, and she got the back patio back there, and it's banging. That's above average woman. So the same rules apply. Physically, which is what men hold sacred on a woman, is your physical looks. We don't care about your achievements, your credentials. That don't mean nothing to us. That means something to y'all. We don't value that. When we rank you guys, it ain't got nothing to do with your jobs. That's a cool conversation to have. But if you ugly or you toe up or your body's out of shape, the men don't care about that. Because your jobs don't count because you're not giving us your money. So that don't match up on our scales. But for you guys, you want the money. So for a man who's below average, he can be a below average man and still get an above average woman if he has the above average money. Makes sense? Because it should. An average man can get above average money financially, and he can get above average women. And average women and below average because he has the money. Below average men can do that too. So the fat boy, the old guy, can go get the money. He can still get the bad bitches, but he paying for it. There's a difference though. You guys want those guys for their money, and they don't seem to get that. But the above average guy who has above average money, y'all want him for the physical body. Y'all think he bad, so y'all gonna get him the ass anyway. So he don't have to pay for it because throughout his life, he's always gotten the cookies, the booty, the ass. He's always gotten the cootie cat, the papaya. He's always gotten that, without ever paying for it. So each man mentally has lived a different life and has a different outlook when it comes to dating women. But all those men have in common, they all want a woman that they're physically attracted to. So a woman's physical body matters to men. Now, you can be below average, ugly face woman with a above average body and still attract the above average men. And the average men and the below average. An above average woman attracts all. A below average woman attracts below. Average woman attracts average and below average, and an above average woman attracts all. Same for the men. I don't know why you ladies think that it's a one-way street. If a man worked hard on himself, his body's in shape, y'all looking at that because y'all like muscles, y'all like the guy in shape. Y'all gonna pick the guy in shape over the guy that's not in shape. And if the guy in shape got the money, oh, that's a dream for y'all. Y'all want all that, but that comes with a price, ladies. You don't get no man's money without following his rules. And you guys keep forgetting that and thinking that you just entitled to his money because you look a certain way and don't realize that when you take somebody's money, it's they say and they way because they're the ones that's paying, not you. You don't have a say when you coming to somebody for their money and they taking care of you. It's what they say, it's their way because they're the ones that's paying, which should make sense. But for some reason with the ladies, you guys are wanting the rules to bend and yield to where you want them to bend and yield to, and life just doesn't work that way. So when I hear you guys saying things like, oh, I'll just get married later, I'm going to do OnlyFans. Did you just hear what I just said about your value and what's sacred and special to a man on a woman? So if you let a whole bunch of men run through you, listen, ladies, you can't beat it. If you let a whole bunch of men run through you, the man will never marry you. We don't want that. Some men will still sleep with you. If you look good, they'll still give you some attention. They'll still hit it. They will never date you and take you serious. and they would never marry you because men don't respect that. Other men don't respect that. They'll look at him like, oh man, you had to get the hoe. Oh man, everybody ran through her. You don't, that's bad. You don't want that. She done did this. And y'all minds be fucked up from so many guys because you can't pair bond with the man after that because your expectations are through the roof. You want this and you want too much of that, and then your expectations are too high because you done been with too many people, so your mind's all over the place. You're ruined mentally and physically. So now a man is competing with all the men you've been with because you've been with too many people. Where a woman with a low body count is easier to deal with because she hasn't been with a whole lot of people. We want, this is something I need to also address in this as well, because I've heard women come back and say, oh, my friends told me this. Listen, let me say this, ladies. Let me lay it down like this. A woman wants a man that knows what he's doing. She wants him to be experienced and know how to please her and treat her. For that, the man has to be with women to know how to treat a woman. But you guys, we don't want you with experience because that means you've been with a lot of men, and we don't want that. We don't want a woman with a whole lot of experience. Some experience is cool, but a whole lot of experience, we don't want that. We are the opposite of you. You guys are looking at things, but when it comes to getting a man, you guys can't keep him. Because you really don't know what we want or what we like or what we're into. Y'all don't know anything about men. Y'all think you just need to look good and that's it. That's just a part of it. Your attitude is the next thing we judge when coming to a relationship. You could look good and that'd be cool for us to hit, but not good for us to date or marry because your attitude bad, or you don't cater, you have no catering skills, or you don't know how to treat a man. So ladies, as men, observe everything and listen to everything you say. You get disqualified real quick from just saying certain things. I'm telling you what it is. Oh, I got 3 baby daddies. I went disqualified. Oh, I went and got a surgery. I was just 300 pounds. Disqualified. Oh, I'm going to do what I want to do. I like the club. Disqualified. Oh, I have a whole bunch of male friends and I'm not getting disqualified. We'll just hit it and we'll just keep going. We don't care. We just don't care. You ain't hurting us. You're hurting yourself. So I need to say this so that you guys can get it, because I'm seeing a lot of y'all lose and suffer because you don't understand men. And men's opinions matter because we control the end game, which is relationship and marriage. Now, ladies, listen. Your goal is relationship and marriage. Our goal is success. The below average man, however, his goal is success so he can get the woman. So he getting a good job so he can go get the woman, because throughout his life, he could never get the women. So his goal is marriage and relationship. But the man that's above average or average, most of them, their goal is just to get the job, get the money. A man wants the money so he can take care of the people he loves and support a family when he ready to have one. The women want the job and the career so they can be independent of a man. That's just masculine. Masculine women don't ever get married, because once you're masculine, you're not good for a relationship because there's too much I already did. I ain't gonna do. I'm a boss. I'm not gonna do that. I don't feel like doing that. You think the man with money who gets catered to everywhere he goes, comes home, and he wants to deal with a woman, that he's gonna tolerate a woman who didn't help him build anything because she looked nice and she's telling him what she's not gonna do? How many nice looking women you think want that same man is in the line for that man down the street and around the corner? Everybody. So he can easily replace you and he don't have to tolerate your bad attitude and your mouth. So either you going to get on his program and his page, or you just going to get kicked to the curb. And it ain't going to bother him at all. Because remember, just like you can go out there and get another penis, you can't keep it though. We can go out there and get another woman, and we can keep it because women want relationships with a man. So when you thinking, well, I don't really care right now, and I'm gonna get one later, it don't work like that. It's way more y'all first. It's like 10 to 1 on the planet of y'all, and in some cases, it's even more than that, and that number's going up. So it's not enough men to go around, and within the men, y'all want certain types of men, which again lowers your percentage of actually getting that guy. Because you guys have so much unrealistic expectations and so much unrealistic dreams. Y'all live in fairy tale land. The men y'all want don't exist. There ain't no rich fools out here. There ain't nobody that's going to accept you with a high body count, or you've been on OnlyFans, or you've been selling yourself in the streets, you've been fucking everybody. Men don't want that, ladies. They will never want that. We're not wired that way. None of the men, ask them, none of the men want hoes. None of us. We don't want those. You can look good to sleep with, but you're not good to date or marry because your mind is too gone. So you should be saving yourself some for your husband. If you're giving everything to the men on it, and then I notice you guys are very backwards. You guys will sleep with a man, let him dog you, munch you out, bust down your throat, tear up your throat, bust in your face, bust in your mouth, swallow shit, smile about it, beat it up, beat every hole up you got, and say you don't care about that guy. But then you'll come home to your man and don't want to do shit with him and give him the third degree. And that's the soldier that's got your back, that's fighting for you, that's keeping you alive, that's keeping your lifestyle going. He's supposed to get everything. Y'all giving everything to the other guy because what y'all think is value to us is not what we value. What we value is what you're giving away. That's why we don't value it. That makes no sense. So you're going to cut your lifeline, jeopardize your lifeline, your livelihood, the way you live for a dude you don't even know, that don't even want to date you like that don't even want a relationship with you, because them dudes just hit it. And y'all say, well, he don't really matter. It don't matter. It matters to men. It matters to us. You're giving away what we hold special, what we hold sacred to a stranger. And you letting him do everything he want to do to it. And then you coming home telling the guy what you ain't going to do and what you don't want to do. You ladies are backwards. Y'all think it never made sense to me. And this is why y'all, especially the black women, you guys at the bottom of the pile for this right here. Men are not with it. They not having it. Then I see you guys talking about, we going to just go on the prison website and just pick some in. Well, you go right on ahead. That's the reason why we don't want to date you now. Because you're bad decision makers. Bad, poor choices. Bad decision making. All we look at when we ask questions is your poor choices in life and bad decisions that you made and that you're still making them. And then you want to lead somebody where? Off the cliff? Because that's the only place you're going to lead somebody when you done made a whole bunch of bad decisions. You need to just get in the back seat and be glad you're getting in the car and getting the ride. Y'all don't get it. Women don't do good when they, I've been to the old communities and them women, they're struggling. They can't lift a bag. They can't lift cases of water. They fall. They can't get up. They got nobody to help them. They have strokes and then they fucking die, or they paralyzed and fucked up and nobody know because they had nobody at home to be there with them to help them, and expecting the kids got to start their life to go do something for mama and grandma because she don't got nobody, because she wanted to run the streets and be free, right? Your wishes, you get what you put out there. Your wishes is God's command. He gonna give you what you want, what you put out back. It's only fair. Don't think you gonna do men wrong and then ride off. God gonna bless you with a good man and ride off into the sunset. That shit don't make sense. It'll never happen. You can get a good guy, you will never keep him. You can lie, but you're gonna eventually get caught. And when the man finds out we're not like you, we will cut you off and leave you right there. So ladies, I needed to say that. I hope it helps. Deuces.